Alrighty, hour number 3 of our radio program. That's right, Zach Gelb here with you on the Infinity Sports Network. Let's go out to the guest line right now. Welcoming a man that played his college football at Florida, then in his NFL days, the Miami Dolphins, and ever since he's left both of those programs, they've been two disasters. Oh my goodness gracious. Now he's a star with the pivot, also on 560 WQAM, the great Channing Crowder. CC, how you been?
Hey, Gelby, I didn't put that together. You're a lot smarter than me. Gators got their butt whooped. Dolphins got their butt whooped. Yeah, man, I'm not having a good week.
Billy Napier. It's his 4th year. He's 20-20. I understand USF. Alex Golesh is a good coach, but you just can't lose that game. I'm out on him. I was out on him last year. I know people got back on board, but he's a dead man walking at this point, right?
You, he's a great recruiter, and he's a great man. I'll say that. He's a good human being, but the craziness of Saban and his coaching ability are two different things. So Billy Napier's a good human. I would love my daughter to marry a Billy Napier. He just doesn't get that team going. You should have outclassed the USF. You have more money, you have better players, you have a better quarterback. You just everything around you at University of Florida should have outclassed them. And to lose to even to keep it close, it was like a 17-point spread, Gelby. To lose to them, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed, and nobody was. I was laying on my couch by myself, and I was still embarrassed that we lost to USF. It's just, I think Billy's on his. I don't think his seat is hot. I think his seat is burned up, and he's fallen to somewhere because you can't do that.
And I know he salvaged the sinking ship last year, but let's be real. If he didn't have DJ Lagway, and I know all these coaches, they bitch about the transfer portal and they bitch about NIL. In a way, though, it gives a coach a longer leash because if there wasn't NIL, if there wasn't a transfer portal, Billy Napier would have got fired last year, and now he's back this year. And at some point, because this schedule for Florida is brutal, that's the thing, right? You lose to USF. You haven't even got to the heart of the SEC schedule. It starts this week with LSU. It's just going to get uglier for Napier this season.
Yeah, and he brings. It reminds me a lot of Zook because Zook. Remember those Urban Meyer years? Those were Zook's recruits. The Marcus Thomas and the Ray McDonald's and D Webbs and all those guys. Those guys came in with me. I left early, so Billy went out and got some talented guys, but he couldn't put it together. Urban takes over, brings in Tebow, puts it together with Percy Harvin, and wins 2 national championships. So I think the coach after Napier is going to be that dude because he does have some talented guys there. But I just don't think I said all the time when I talk to Gator fans and, anybody talking about Gator football, you do not punt the ball on 4th and 1 at Florida. You're Florida. You can go get 36 inches. You're Florida. Like the arrogance of Florida needs to be throughout the entire campus. Like there's an arrogance at Florida. Steve Spurrier started it. There's an arrogance at Florida that Zook really didn't have. Billy didn't have. Urban had that arrogance, but I think that's the thing. If you're the head coach of Florida, 4th and 1 is that first down. What's the 1st and 10 play? Because we're Florida. We're going to go get 36 inches.
So it sounds like what you're saying, Billy Napier is just too nice of a guy to succeed at Florida.
He's very pleasant, Gil. I like him. It's the baddest. It's the worst thing. There are my smartest, most academically elevated teammates that I ever played with weren't great football players. They were great humans. They were intelligent humans. Billy Napier is a great guy. I enjoy sitting down with him and talking. But in the game day situation, I don't think he has that Florida you got to be a little nasty when you coach the Gators. And he kind of goes by the book too much. But I do think watching the games, you could see the talent. It's just not put together. So we got to go get one of these savants, or what do they call them now, Gabby? Gurus.
Innovative offensive mind. But that was what Napier was supposed to be when he was coming over from Louisiana.
Sometimes you miss. I want to go get a guy from a top 10 school. Go steal an OC or a DC from a top 10 school that's seen it done. That has seen what it looks like.
Georgia DC.
The Georgia DC. The Ohio State OC. You see what I'm getting after. What was he at? Louisiana Monroe?
The Raging Cajuns, yes.
Whatever the Raging Cajun. That's what didn't a water boy play for them? Like Gelb, I would go
Mama,
steal
mama don't let me watch a foosball.
go steal a top OC or DC that knows what it looks like. Bring them in. But Florida does have talent. They just, I don't know if I don't feel as if Billy can do it.
Channing Crowder here with us. I go on your show every week, and I told you I've always had the ick when it comes to Mike McDaniel. And I think I've been one of the biggest and loudest critics of the Dolphins this offseason. It's one thing to lose to the Colts. You could have shut a lot of people, though, up with a win and maybe get some of the pressure off. They got annihilated. They made Daniel Jones look like he's going to the Hall of Fame. Tyreek's freaking out on the sideline. Tua looks inept. Mike McDaniel has no control of this football team right now.
It looked bad. Biggest loss of week one. Score what they had first half, I think they had 40 yards total offense, 2 turnovers, 3 sacks, something like Gelby. It's the worst case scenario that could have happened for him. And I hate saying you're right because you're going to take this and run with it. But you've been very critical of Mike McDaniel and Tua Tagovailoa. They weren't prepared to play football. It's the Colts. If this was the Bills and the Ravens, like, Gelb, that was a good game.
Yeah.
What was it, 41-40, last second field goal? That was 2 football teams that scored 81 points, and they're both favored to win the Super Bowl. I think they're 1-3 or 1-2. They beat you by 25, okay. Daniel Jones's Colts? I think Shane Steichen is a good coach. Daniel Jones puts up 33 on you, rushes for 2, throws another one. Y'all are confused defensively. It's more of an issue. I don't think they're going to be back 20 every week, Gil, but there's an issue in that locker room. And you just said it. You said that McDaniel lost the locker room. Well, there's something deeper. I don't know what deeper it is, but for them to lose by 25 to the Colts, it's more than X and O. It's more than Weaver and McDaniel not being able to call offense and defense. It's something to it, and we saw Storm Duck get ate up. We saw Jack Jones get ate up. We saw that, what's the big white boy from Penn State went crazy?
Oh, Tyler Warren.
Oh, my goodness gracious. We should have drafted him. I don't know what Kenneth Grant's going to do. Go get Tyler Warren. But there's something more when you lose. Like 07, I was on the 07 Dolphins team with Cam Cameron. It was deeper when you go 0-12. We went 1-15 that year. It wasn't about play calling. It was something deeper that wasn't happening on that team. To lose by 25 is not just X and O play calls. It's not just roster. You have to get guys rolling, because to not score, I think they didn't score a touchdown until 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Come on, man. That's just something going on there in the locker room.
You know, it's funny because I talk to you every week, but when we get into Tua, it seems like it's always myself and your co-host Mark Hochman going at it. So on the record, what is your view of Tua Tagovailoa as a QB?
Tua is very talented. If he stays healthy, Gail, we all know that. If he stays healthy, he's had a concussion. We all seen him sit there with his little fingers curled up. We know that part of it.
He was healthy yesterday, though.
And he looked bad. And there's been stretches of him looking bad Chiefs game, they got their butt whooped. It was cold. Whenever they play Buffalo, he doesn't look good. It's just he's not stepping up to the plate when they play those top opponents. And that's my thing with the Dolphins now. Chargers look good.
You know what you sound like? It's like when you're dating a toxic girl. But let's be real. In the bedroom, it's awesome. But outside of the bedroom, everything's a disaster. And you're saying to your buddies, oh, but ignore this, ignore that, ignore this. That's what you guys sound like with Tua.
Gelby, we're going to get home sooner or later.
Yeah.
And then we could enjoy each other. No, he has
but when she pulls a Jalen Carter and spits in your face, you're not going to handle it anymore.
He has all the talent in the world. He has all the talent in the world, but hasn't won anything. To your point, hasn't won anything. Hasn't balled against the Josh Allens, the Lamar Jacksons. He is not an MVP type quarterback. He is a borderline Pro Bowler. So we talk about it, Gelb. 12-15. Can he sneak in the top 10? Yes. But you're not putting Tua in there with Patrick Mahomes and in there with Lamar and in there with Josh Allen. You're not putting him in that tier. He's the bottom of that second tier. Might sneak in the single digits if he's healthy, but he's going to be a 10 to 15 top 10 to 15 quarter. And Gubby, the crazy thing is, 12th best quarterback in the world? In the world now. 15th best quarterback in the world. I'll take that. It just has to be more to it. Josh Allen, Lamar, we saw them just taking over drives. Tua's not taking over games. Tua can put some points on the board. You have to have a good defense. He's a mid 24 to 27 point quarterback at his best. That's what it is. That damn I almost started to hate that damn Broncos game, the 70-point Broncos game, because that's what all people talk about. We put up 70 on the Broncos. Put up 70 on the
ancient history at this point.
That is not what this is. That's not what this offense is. That's not what Tua is. That outlier is really what it was, and that made everybody in the football world that doesn't watch the Dolphins, oh man, this is the most prolific. This is the greatest show on turf. We scored 71 game, but we're going to score about 26 points the rest of the games. 24, 26 if Tua's playing well. That's what this offense is.
You know what needs to happen? And I know people are going to say this is clickbait, and why the heck would you go back with your ex? Get rid of Greer, get rid of Mike McDaniel, and you got to back up the Brinks truck for Nick Saban, who knows Tua so well, and get them rocking and rolling in Miami once again.
Gelby, I think that Nick Saban, I don't think Nick Saban will come back to the league. I played for him. I remember, the dynamic of the players calling him Nick and not Coach Saban. I remember him cringing and I'm talking about they're the same age. Vonnie Holliday, Keith Traylor, Kevin Carter, Zach Thomas, my big brother who loved him to death, Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor, both still live down here at Gelby. They are not going to call you Coach Saban.
Yeah.
He was 37. They were 36. Hey, Nick. Hey, Nick. Hey, Nick. Like, that's how they communicate with their coach. And you could see Saban not like the dynamic of being an equal and not a dictator. And I think that's why he's so great in college, because he can just tell you what to do and not describe why he wants you to do it. Just do what I say. I'm Nick Saban. So I don't think Nick will come. The interesting one to me is Chucky.
Oh, John Gruden.
That's the interesting one to me. If this happens now, let's think about it. John Gruden is the
but you know
interesting
what?
one to me.
John Gruden, the personality on TV, he's awesome. And I know he won a Super Bowl in the early 2000s. Since then, there's been a lot of bad football there, if I'm just being honest.
And he did that with Tony Dungy's team. That was the Sap, Simeon Rice, Derrick Brooks. Those were those guys. Tony Dungy built that team up, and then now Chucky just snuck in and did it. But he's a name, and he's a mesmerizing name. So I don't know how great a coach he is. He does have a Super Bowl, but I think there's a bet. I'll say that, Gelby. There's a better chance of getting Chucky than Saban coming back to the league. I honestly, playing for him, I don't think Nick Saban wants to coach in the NFL ever again. 2 years. I remember we played the Colts, Peyton Manning, they beat the hell out of us. And first time I saw him smile on the plane after a game was leaving Indianapolis, game 17, whatever it was at the time. And we were all like, Saban's smiling. He's on the phone, he's on his computer, and he's like, looks upbeat and happy. I think that was him knowing he's going back to Alabama. I swear, I promise. Like, I don't think Saban wants to deal with that NFL stuff ever again. It's tough, man. It's tough that there are half a dozen players on your team making triple what you make. They mean more to the team than you do. Nick Saban at Alabama, Gelby, he has a tent signing autographs. Every player in Alabama has a tent signing autographs. Nick Saban's line's longer.
Yeah. They're having him kiss babies, you know?
You get to the NFL, Gelb, you have the head coach signing autographs and the players bro.
Everyone's going to players.
Head coach goes to lunch whenever there's nobody in that line. Gelby, what's the last guy you said, oh, I got to have Shane Steichen's autograph. No. I need this Mike McDaniel. It's just a different dynamic in the NFL that I think some guys just aren't good at, but don't really enjoy. Saban is a crazy defensive mind. I just don't think he likes the dynamic of what a coach is in NFL versus what it is in college.
Channing Crowder, the Dolphins are absolutely going to trade Tyreek Hill by the deadline, right? There's no way this relationship's lasting the entire season.
If it keeps going like it is, Gelb, yeah. They have to get something for him. He can still play now too.
And the
I
reunion in
think
Kansas City would be perfect.
but what are they going to give back? And this is the thing about trades. Kansas City knows that, so they're not going to offer a lot, and you need to get it back. So this will be to your point, what you just said. This will be Chris Greer's have to play his cards right, but you have Jalen Waddle who's younger and is making $30 million a year, just like Tyreek. You have two $30 million receivers. Tyreek is now not a captain, that whole story, but just an older guy that's not really has disrespected a lot of these young players by the end of last season. So to move him at the level he's at would be smart, but you have to find that right dancing partner. Because Gelb, if we're talking about it, there's no way that the NFL doesn't know that they're going to try to move him. So it's going to be on Chris Greer to get as much back for him as possible. But I don't see Tyreek. I'll tell you this. He's not going to be on the 2026 Dolphins. I don't know if it's trade deadline or this offseason. I 100% will bet that he won't be on the team next season.
All right, let me do a few more quick hitters, then we'll let you run Channing Crowder. Josh Allen. I still got to say Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL, right? The MVPs, the Super Bowls, and he always beats the Bills and the Ravens when it matters. Josh Allen's got to be the best playmaker, though, in the NFL right now.
Josh Allen special. Have you seen Sinners?
No.
You ain't seen the movie Sinners?
Mm-mm.
Man, go watch it. His wife is one of the major pieces in the movie. Gelb, just trust me. He went and got him a beautiful, talented woman, and he is beautiful and talented. He's special, man. I didn't believe it. I didn't think it. What was it? Dayball turned him around.
Yeah.
And then he just took off, man. He's special. I've watched some of the Hard Knocks. Bro, he's a generational talent. I know RC got into a whole kind of crap saying Peyton's not generational talent and Brady, like talent-wise, and I know what he was saying. Did Brady have the strongest arm? Brady couldn't. He can't run from here to my kitchen in 10 minutes. But is he the generational talent of it? Josh Allen is one of the best quarterbacks. It's kind of like, I'll say, watching Michael Vick, a big white Michael Vick.
Wow.
Where he can take off, beat anybody in a foot race, but also sit back there and throw a dime at 48, 52 yards. Like, just a crazy physical talent. And that's what Ryan was trying to say, and that's what I see in Josh. The arm strength, the accuracy, the speed, the power. He's even bigger than Vic. Vic was a little faster than him, but he's more powerful than Vic. That's where you talk about talent, guys. Josh Allen's one of the best things. Now, listen, Lamar's right there too now. Let's talk about both of them. Lamar's right there too.
And absolutely. And you know what? You know what's going to decide it?
41-40, Gelb. It wasn't no blowout now.
No, it wasn't. The Ravens choked the game away. With 5 minutes to go, they're up 15. It's a 99.1% chance to win.
They took the foot off the pedal.
And Derrick Henry put the ball on the turf. He was great in the game, but one little play like that, it turns it all around.
DH had 100 yards in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And so, like, you're looking at it like they're not winning by 15 if he didn't go crazy, but you cannot fumble that ball. But that game was the cream of the crop. Think about it, 81 points. That was the cream of the crop NFL. We watched the Cowboys, Green Bay beat the like they're good teams.
Lions.
The Lions. That game last night was the cream of the crop of the NFL right now.
I'll tell you,
the Ravens versus the Bills. That's the top two teams you'll watch play football.
Another great game was Aaron Rodgers up against the Jets with Justin Fields. Ramsey with the big hit at the end. Fields played really well. Rodgers looked really good. I just don't know how sustainable it is because he got crushed at times in that game.
Yeah, he can't move anymore. He used to be able to extend the play. He can't move anymore. That's what happened one year. Isn't he the oldest player in the league?
Yeah.
I think I heard that yesterday.
Unless if Prater's older, kicking for the Bills.
Yeah, Prater got him a job and kicked him one last night. But no, the surprise is Justin Fields scoring 30, what was it, 32?
Yeah.
I didn't, like, my thing was this would be, one of those 17-13 games. 34-32? That's
a lot of offense in that one.
Yeah, that's different than what Tomlin wants to do. And I never thought that the Jets could muster 32 points. Has a connection with Garrett Wilson. I think Aaron Glenn has a hand on the team. It seems like they respect him and like him more than they did Robert Saleh. But to give up 32 points, that's not the Jets' strength. So I think both teams, it's funny, 32-34. Oh, yeah, offensive outburst. Both of those teams need to keep teams in the low 20s to win games. I think that was we haven't tackled in a while or played anybody else in a couple weeks. So they're gonna break some tackles, make some plays. But I'm the Steelers are one of the teams I'm most interested in watching as the season goes on.
Last one I'll ask you tonight. We wrap up week one with Bears and Vikings. A lot of pressure on Caleb Williams, a lot of questions with that Ty Dunn article. And then JJ McCarthy. I feel like I'm the only one really believing that the Vikings could be a great team this year. I'm not saying JJ is a great quarterback, but he's in an awesome situation. Who has more pressure on them to win the game tonight? Is it JJ or is it Caleb?
I think it's Caleb because we've seen the bad. JJ was hurt. We haven't seen JJ playing no real games.
Yeah.
So what is JJ? Oh, let's see. What's he gonna do? He already has a good team. We saw Caleb look terrible last year. And you bring in what's the coach's name
Ben
from
Johnson.
Big Ben from the Lions. Ben Johnson has to prove that he's this quarterback whisperer. It's the reason he got the job. If they didn't have a young quarterback, Ben Johnson's not the head coach of the Bears. He has to prove something. Caleb has to prove he can play. I'll tell you one thing. Caleb can spin that thing. And people that don't know what that means, the hell with reading defenses and whatever in the when he lets that ball go, watch how it leaves his arm, and you'll be like, whoo, that man can throw that ball. Caleb has to prove that he can do it at this level in the NFL, and Ben Johnson has to prove that he is the quarterback whisperer why he was hired. Let's be honest. So I think the Bears have a lot more on them than J.J. McCarthy stepping into an already ready-made playoff team and seeing what Kevin O'Connell can do. Kevin O'Connell's proven he can do something. Ben Johnson, you don't know what he can do as a head coach.
He's easily my favorite person on the pivot for Hawk and Crowder with Solana. I don't know if you are my favorite person, just being honest, but he is Channing Crowder, and he's always great with us right now.
Am I number two at least? I know you hate Solana.
Well, see, here's the thing. You're definitely number one in the pivot. Definitely number one. That's what I'll say. If you read my social media, you'll know that. If I say that, oh, you're number one over Hawk, he may never take me out for dinner again, and he paid last time. So maybe 1.5.
2 or 3. I can stick with 2 or 3, man. You know, that sounds good. Third best linebacker in the nation's an All-American too, bro. I'll ride with it.
You got it. Thanks so much, Channing.
I'll let you, brother.